Hello, and welcome back to Fem Life. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. 2 lucky winners get to spend 1 hour on video chat with me. I never planned on becoming a crossdresser. It just gradually became a part of my life, a secret indulgence that I couldn't help but enjoy. As a child, I was captivated by my mother's wardrobe and accessories. The soft fabrics, the elegant heels, the dainty jewelry, it all intrigued me. However, I was too afraid to embrace my inner desires, worried about what others might think. My desires were rekindled when I relocated to a new apartment complex and crossed paths with Nikki, my breathtaking neighbor. She possessed an incredible figure and I couldn't help but admire her impeccable fashion sense. Every time I caught a glimpse of her in a stylish skirt or a form-fitting dress, my heart would race and my imagination would run wild, envisioning myself in her attire. I fought against the urge for months, suppressing my wants deep down. However, one day, I reached my breaking point. I couldn't stop thinking about wearing her clothes and experiencing that thrill and liberation. That's when I made a bold move. I sneaked into Nikki's apartment while she was away and sifted through her wardrobe, looking for something to wear. I made sure not to leave any evidence behind, thinking I had successfully pulled off my little adventure. However, to my surprise, my actions were not overlooked. Days later, there was a sudden knock on my door. It was Nikki, her eyes fixed on me with a serious expression. My heart sank, realizing she must have caught me taking her clothes. As soon as I opened my mouth, she brushed past me and entered my apartment, insisting on an explanation. I fumbled over my words, attempting to think of a believable excuse, but my guilt was clear in everything I said. Nikki saw right through my deception, and she warned me that she would make sure I learned a lesson I wouldn't soon forget. I thought she would either involve the police or ask me to leave the apartment building, but what unfolded next was completely unexpected. Nikki revealed that she had been aware of me admiring her outfits and had been patiently waiting for the perfect moment to catch me red-handed. And now that she was determined to hold me accountable for what I had done. I experienced a blend of fear, shame, and thrill when she described her unconventional discipline. Nikki informed me that I would serve as her submissive sissy for the upcoming week, following her every command. I was to adore her and be ready to assist her whenever needed, similar to a devoted servant. In exchange, she assured me that she would protect my secret and refrain from contacting the authorities. Initially, I had my doubts and was resistant to the idea. However, deep inside, I understood that this was a chance to delve into my passions without fear of criticism. With some hesitation, I eventually agreed, and that marked the beginning of my week-long adventure as Nikki's submissive sissy. When I woke up the next morning, there was a note waiting for me on my bedside table. It told me to be at her apartment at 9 a.m. sharp. I felt a mix of nervousness and excitement as I made my way there. But as soon as I laid eyes on Nikki, all my worries vanished, and a rush of exhilaration surged through me. As I looked at her, she stood there confidently, wearing a stunning black dress and high heels that made her even taller. Without saying a word, she handed me a bag and gestured for me to see what was inside. My hands shook with excitement as I unzipped the bag and discovered a beautiful black silk dress, a pair of fishnet stockings, and some striking red stiletto heels. I paused, feeling a bit self-conscious and vulnerable. However, after Nikki gave me a stern look, I promptly changed into the outfit. It was my debut wearing a dress, and I felt a newfound sense of freedom and excitement. Nikki grinned, obviously entertained by my unease, and complimented me on how stunning I looked. She then went on to glam me up with makeup, styling my hair in a lovely ponytail, and accessorizing me with jewelry. I was amazed at the transformation in my appearance, and a part of me enjoyed the spotlight and the sense of being wanted. However, it suddenly dawned on me that I was actually facing a type of penalty. Nikki never missed an opportunity to remind me of that. She would always assign me tasks, like running errands, cleaning her apartment, and even cooking her meals. It made me feel embarrassed and vulnerable, yet I couldn't deny the excitement I felt when obeying her commands and attempting to satisfy her. It was a mixture of conflicting emotions that left me perplexed and unsure. However, the situation soon became more personal. Nikki insisted that I put on revealing lingerie and compelled me to satisfy her in ways I had never considered before. Initially, I was repulsed and wanted to escape. Yet over time, I discovered a newfound pleasure in surrendering to her and embracing my feminine side. Throughout the week, my responsibilities started to blend together. I wasn't just the shy neighbor who borrowed Nikki's outfits anymore. I had evolved into her devoted sidekick and her reliable companion. She shared her innermost desires and dreams with me, and we even went on a shopping spree to find me some more suitable attire. At the week's end, I found myself transformed. I had ventured beyond my usual limits and unearthed a hidden aspect of my personality. Despite my reluctance to acknowledge it, I found myself drawn to Nikki's assertive nature. Our relationship was intricate and puzzling, leaving me with a sense of transformation that I couldn't quite grasp. As the week wrapped up, Nikki and I had one last chat where she promised me that our secret would stay just between us. She mentioned how much she enjoyed having me as her submissive sissy and hoped that I had gained something positive from the whole experience too. When I returned to my apartment, a feeling of emptiness washed over me. I realized that our relationship would never be as it once was, and I couldn't help but wonder if things could have turned out differently if I had been brave enough to communicate my feelings to Nikki instead of resorting to deceit. While sitting in my apartment, encompassed by my personal belongings and the traces of my time as a crossdressing submissive throughout the week, I couldn't shake off the feeling of gratitude for the opportunity. This experience had introduced me to a completely different realm, one that I might not be able to delve into entirely, but one that I would forever hold dear as a hidden delight.